Hello, I'm Annette Young and welcome to the 51%, a new show about women who are reshaping our world. Coming up, 1 year on after the tragic gang rape in India, we take a look at whether the treatment of rape victims has improved. Also, our France 24 reporters take the road with a Sharia Law patrol unit in the Indonesian city of Bande Aceh, and there's not a man among them. And we meet Las Patronas, a group of Mexican women who are giving food to illegal immigrants as they attempt to cross the border. But we begin in India, and it's 1 year since a young woman was fatally gang raped on a Delhi bus, and more victims of sexual assault are coming forward than ever before. But despite harsher sex crime laws, for many, seeking justice continues to be an ordeal.
For months, Sunita has battled to get justice for her dead daughter. On New Year's Day, the 15-year-old was abducted and gang raped in her village near Delhi. She wanted to see her attackers held to account, but after numerous visits to police and constant taunts from neighbours, she lost hope. 6 months later, she poured kerosene on herself and burned to death.
If there had been the same reaction to our case as there was to the famous Delhi gang rape, my daughter would have got justice. But we didn't get justice. One attack happened in the city, the other happened in a village. There is a difference, but a girl is a girl, whether she's from the city or from a village, and they should all have justice.
Her attack came just 2 weeks after the fatal gang rape of a student on a Delhi bus. That case spurred a national outcry over the treatment of women in India and led to tougher sex abuse laws and promises to improve the way police deal with cases of sexual assault. But experts say that for most victims, little has changed.
In terms of other cases, there is not enough that we are seeing in terms of response from the judiciary or law enforcement machinery. So, lackluster approach continues. And also the promise that there'll be more women in the police force, there'll be one woman at every police station, has been kept only as far as Delhi is concerned. But the rest of the country is the same thing.
In the capital, the number of reported rapes has tripled in the past year. Yet in rural areas, reporting lags far behind. It's hoped high-profile cases in the media, including the recent gang rape of a photojournalist in Mumbai, will help ease social stigma and make more rural women aware of their rights.
Attention given to the urban areas, to the rich, to the elite, to the photojournalists is equally important because they are all women. They are victims of violences. At least because of them, the girl at the bottom level is a beneficiary to raise her voice against the atrocities.
But for many victims, coming forward is too often the start of another ordeal. 1 year on, only 2 of Sunita's daughter's alleged attackers have been detained. While 4 others remain free, all she's got left of her daughter is her favourite sweater and a determination to see her child's rapists brought to justice.
9 years ago, the Indonesian city of Bande Aceh was devastated by the Indian Ocean tsunami. Since then, the city has become much stricter in its enforcement of Islamic laws. But as France 24's Catherine Norris-Trent and James Andre found out, Bande Aceh's brand of Sharia law is also being enforced by an all-female patrol unit.
We're on patrol with a special brigade of Bande Aceh's Sharia police. This is their all-female squad, out to ensure men are not breaking religious rules. It's Friday, so they're making sure all the men in the city are going to their mosques.
OK, please, gentlemen, it's prayer time.
Persistent offenders can face corporal punishment.
It's an obligation for men and not women, just for men. So all men are sinning if they're not at the mosque, so we give them a warning. If we find the same man 3 times not praying on a Friday, he will be caned 3 times as a punishment. maximum, or jailed for 6 months.
Sharia law was introduced in Aceh in 2002, but has been enforced in earnest since the tsunami. Most people here believe sinners were to blame for the disaster, that it was divine punishment. Adultery, gambling and drinking are outlawed. Religious codes are taken extremely seriously.
OK, sir, stop selling. You must go inside the mosque now.
You don't want to end up in prison, right?
Shh, I don't want to talk about this right now, OK? I've got to go to prayer, and we can talk another time, OK?
But Sharia law in Bande Aceh doesn't mean women have to hide themselves away. They must cover their hair, but can mix with men, drive, work and study. Women's rights activists here see no inherent incompatibility between Islamic law and their freedom.
Sharia law is not the problem. Traditionally, Aceh women have had a lot of power. They can express their views to the people, speak out publicly. In Islam, there are no limits for women. Only people set the limits.
And the limits in Bande Aceh are sometimes surprising. At the beach, for example, unlike in town, women don't have to wear veils. Reisha is a young professional working as a saleswoman, and she also proudly claims to be Bande Aceh's first female surfer. Reisha's been learning for a year, taught to ride the waves by a rare Western tourist.
Woman can do anything what she wants. I'm decide what I want to do. I'm working, I'm playing surfing every week. Yeah, I love it.
Aceh is known as the veranda of Mecca for its long history of Islamic belief. But that doesn't mean its implementation of Sharia law is among the most restrictive, mixing its religious rules into modern life.
Every day in a tiny village in the east of Mexico, a group of women are busy making lunch, but in this case, it's not for themselves or their families. Instead, it's for the thousands of desperate immigrants passing through on a freight train seeking to reach the United States. Known as Las Patronas, these women have been doing this for nearly 19 years, as Frans van Kat's team on the ground reports.
When the earth trembles under their feet, it's time to run to the railway tracks. The train is on its way. They need to have good aim so that the US-bound migrants can catch their lunch packs as they go by. Everything happens very fast. Sometimes migrants fall from the train trying to grab the precious packs. There weren't many today?
No, they weren't so many, but we gave them everything, and the train driver was nice, so he slowed down a bit. Seeing how in need they are, it's moving. That's what stays with you, that feeling, and saying to yourself, at least today we could give them a good meal.
The Beast. That's the train's sad nickname. Every year, 20,000 Central American migrants disappear without a trace. The majority are kidnapped or killed by organised crime groups. Children sometimes travel alone. Half of these migrants will be assaulted on their long journey. Osman and Eusebio are on their way north from Honduras. They're staying with Las Patronas for the night. The day before, they were chased by 2 migration officials and lost all their belongings and money.
In Villahermosa, 4 migration cars followed us, and 2 of the guys that were with us.
My brother and a friend of ours were taken. Thank God they were taken by migration officials and not by criminals. It's way worse to fall into their hands.
They've been helping Las Patronas, who usually spend hours cooking every day. While they prepare the food, they have to keep checking when the next train will come by. There's no schedule.
I just spoke with the people from the station before. They told me there are about 200 migrants.
That's 200 lunch packs to get ready. When they started, Las Patronas paid for the food themselves. Now supplies come from company sponsors, like this unsold bread from a supermarket. Since they began in 1995, this has become a full-time unpaid job. Undocumented migrants aren't always welcome in Mexico, but they believe caring for their human needs is more important than the law. Do you worry about the migrants being illegal, or if it's legitimate to give them free food?
No, we give them food. That's it. We don't know if they're Mexicans or Hondurans.
Las Patronas take shifts 7 days a week. Over the past 18 years, they've helped feed thousands of migrants who they will never see again.
And back here in Paris, what could be the last ever Mini Miss France Beauty contest has just been held. That's because beauty contests for under 16s are likely to be banned in France from early 2014. A law is already on its way into the books. There will be a final vote in Parliament next month. The politician supporting the proposed ban says it's about stopping hypersexualisation of little girls. And in return, the organisers say they're now considering holding junior beauty contests just over the border in Belgium. And that's it from us. If you have anything to say about our program, you can tweet me at _51%. We'd love to hear from you, and we'll be back next week with another edition. Until then, bye for now.